All right, so let's dive into what went down in Season 3, Episode 6 of Silos, because this episode might have just nudged us a bit closer to figuring out why these silos even exist in the show's world. Fair warning, there are definitely spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen it yet, just a heads up. So, the episode splits us between two timelines, and the before time storyline really takes center stage here. Daniel and Helen, two key characters, end up trapped in their car for almost the entire episode. But this isn't any ordinary car trouble. It's more like the car has a mind of its own, controlled by some mysterious entity. They're completely powerless, unable to stop it or regain control, and the car just drives them around without any warning or explanation. Now, you might expect that police would come to the rescue, right? That's what Daniel and Helen think too. When the cops show up, they get all hopeful, thinking this is their chance to escape. But instead of saving them, the police actually escort the car to this unknown destination where the entity wants them to be. It's unnerving because it flips the usual script. We tend to trust the authorities to help. But here, they seem to be part of a bigger plan. When they finally reach their destination, this Senator Thurman is right there waiting for them. She approaches Daniel and Helen and asks a really heavy question. Do you want to save the world? That one line seriously feels loaded with meaning. Like, this isn't just a casual meeting. It's about something way bigger than them or even the immediate situation. So, that sets the stage, but here's where it gets more interesting. There's a strong suspicion that Senator Thurman brought Daniel and Helen to meet a guy named Stenson. Stenson is important because he's funding the clinic where Charlotte was sent to have her memories erased. Remember Charlotte? Her memory erasure was arranged specifically by Thurman, so you can see how these characters are interconnected. It's not just coincidence. It's like we're peeling back layers of a really complex web. And here's a detail that ties it all together. Stenson has been buying up massive amounts of land in Georgia. That's a big clue since Georgia is exactly where the silos end up being built in the story. So, if Stenson is assembling property there and funding shady memory clinics connected to the senator, it feels like he's deeply involved in whatever's going on beneath the surface. What this sets up perfectly is a likely scenario for Episode 7. This could be the moment Daniel and Helen finally meet Stenson face to face. More importantly, it might be the time we learn about the actual plan to build these mysterious silos. So far, the silos have been enigmatic structures with unclear purpose, but it looks like this next episode might reveal why those silos get built in the first place. Now, that naturally raises one of the biggest questions of all. Why do these characters think building the silos is necessary to save the world? What threat or crisis are they trying to prepare for? The show has been dropping hints, but hasn't spelled it out yet. Are the silos meant to protect humanity from some kind of disaster? Does the memory erasure clinic connect to the need for the silos somehow? Is it about controlling who remembers what to maintain order within the silos? There are so many intriguing possibilities. So, to sum it up, Episode 6 gives us a lot to chew on. We see Daniel and Helen caught in a mysterious plan that involves powerful figures like Senator Thurman and Stenson, who seem to be orchestrating things behind the scenes. The connection between the memory erasing clinic and the land purchases in Georgia points toward a big reveal about the silo's purpose coming up soon. And that question Thurman asks about saving the world suggests the stakes are incredibly high. I'm really curious to see how the next episode handles these threads, especially since it feels like we're inching closer to the heart of the mystery. If you've been following the show, you probably have your own theories about what the silos mean and why the characters are so invested in them. I'll be sharing a pretty big theory about why the silos exist and what they represent, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, just keep in mind how this episode kind of flips the usual rescue narrative on its head, showing us that sometimes the forces we think are coming to save us might actually be pushing us toward a path we don't fully understand yet. It's a compelling way to build suspense and deepen the mystery of the silos. So yeah, that's a quick recap and some thoughts on what Silos Season 3, Episode 6 has been telling us about the bigger picture. Keep watching closely because things are definitely heating up, and the answers are probably closer than we think.